loves. Though their relationship was short, it added a sweet and human touch to Elvis's storied love life, showing that even amid the chaos of his fame, he enjoyed simple, genuine connections. But as charming as these relationships were, the next set of women takes us deeper into the drama and passion of Elvis's romantic life, with stories that will leave you completely captivated. Let's dive in. 1. The shocking twist. Now, let's uncover the names that will truly surprise you. While Elvis Presley's love life is already legendary, these next relationships reveal a side of him that few have ever seen. First up is Gail Green, a famous food critic who shocked the world with revelations in her memoir, Insatiable: Tales from a Life of Delicious Excess. Gail first met Elvis in 1956 when she was a young journalist attending one of his press conferences. What began as a professional encounter quickly took a personal turn when Elvis invited her to his hotel room. Gail later recounted their one-night affair with a mixture of humor and nostalgia, describing it as surely good enough. This unexpected romance shows how Elvis's charisma extended far beyond the entertainment world, even into the lives of acclaimed writers and critics. Next, we delve into the dramatic love triangle between Elvis, Rita Moreno, and the legendary Marlon Brando. Rita, an Academy Award-winning actress, revealed in her memoir that her brief romance with Elvis was fueled by an ulterior motive, making Brando jealous. Their dates were filled with charm and flirtation, but Rita admitted that their relationship never became intimate. Elvis, in turn, seemed more than willing to play his part in this high-stakes game of romantic rivalry. The relationship ended as quickly as it began, but it remains one of the most intriguing chapters of Elvis's romantic history, offering a glimpse into the glamorous yet emotionally charged lives of Hollywood icons. Finally, we come to Tuesday Weld, a sparked countless rumors and speculation, feeding the ever-turning rumor mill. Fans and media alike have speculated endlessly about the real reason behind his untimely demise. But in his final days, Elvis revealed a secret that would turn the tide of public perception, shedding light on a side of him that even his most devoted fans never knew existed. What were these secrets? How well did we truly know the king of rock and roll? Stay tuned as we unravel the untold truth of Elvis Presley. 9. Who is Elvis Presley? Elvis Presley, the iconic king of rock and roll, was not born into fame and fortune. His story began in the humble town of Tupelo, Mississippi on January 8, 1935. Born to Vernon and Gladys Presley, Elvis's early life was marked by poverty and hardship. His family lived in a two-room shotgun house, and his father struggled to find steady work. Vernon's arrest for altering a check when Elvis was just 3 years old further compounded their struggles, forcing the family to rely heavily on neighbors and government assistance. Despite these challenges, young Elvis found solace in music. His first public performance at the age of 10 at the Mississippi-Alabama Fair and Dairy Show marked the beginning of his journey. Singing Old Shep, he won 5th place. But more importantly, it ignited a spark within him. A few months later, his mother gifted him his first guitar, a moment that would shape his destiny. Taught by a pastor at his church and his uncles, Elvis began to explore his musical talent, despite being a shy and reserved child. Elvis's initial musical influences were rooted in the gospel music of his church and the country music he heard on the radio. He admired artists like Hank Snow, Roy Acuff, and Jimmy Rogers, whose styles would later blend into his unique sound. As he grew older, he began to showcase his talents at school and local events, slowly overcoming his stage fright. By the time his family moved to Memphis in 1948, Elvis was already on a path that would lead him to become a global sensation. His humble beginnings, coupled with his determination and passion for music, set the stage for his rise to stardom. 8. Elvis's rise to fame. Elvis Presley's journey to becoming the king of rock and roll began with a simple but heartfelt gesture. In 1953, at the age of 18, Elvis walked into the Memphis recording service run by Sam Phillips with the intention of recording a song for his mother. He paid for studio time and recorded 2 songs, My Happiness and That's When Your Heartaches Begin, on a 2-sided acetate disc. While he claimed this was just a gift for his mother, some argue that Elvis hoped to be discovered by the recording industry. This recording, though personal, laid the foundation for what was to come. The turning point in Elvis's career came in July 1954, during a fateful recording session with guitarist Scotty Moore and bassist Bill Black. After a mostly unproductive evening, Elvis started goofing around with an upbeat version of Arthur Crudup's That's All Right. His playful energy and the spontaneity of the performance caught Sam Phillips' attention. Recognizing something special, Phillips recorded the song, capturing the raw and revolutionary sound he had been seeking. When That's All Right hit the airwaves on Dewey Phillips's Red Hot and Blue radio show, the response was overwhelming. Callers flooded the station, eager to know who this new singer was. This moment marked the true beginning of Elvis's meteoric rise to fame. Following the success of That's All Right, Elvis began performing on the Louisiana Hayride, a popular radio program that rivaled the Grand Ole Opry. His initial performance was met with a lukewarm response, but his second set was electrifying, igniting a fervent reaction from the audience. This success led to a year-long contract with the Hayride, which provided Elvis with invaluable exposure and experience. His dynamic performances, characterized by his unique blend of rock, country, and blues, quickly gained him a devoted following. In 1955, Elvis's burgeoning career caught the eye of Colonel Tom Parker, a savvy and influential manager. Parker saw Elvis's potential and took over his management, orchestrating a deal with RCA Victor. This was a significant milestone. RCA had the resources to propel Elvis into the national spotlight. With the release of Heartbreak Hotel in January 1956, Elvis's career evolved from a seemingly innocent beginning to a more problematic connection. The revelation that they did not consummate their relationship until their wedding night has been both defended and disputed, adding to the mystique and controversy surrounding their union. Infidelity was another major issue in Elvis's life. Despite his marriage to Priscilla, Elvis was known for his numerous affairs with other women, many of whom were his co-stars in Hollywood.
I'm upstairs. Upper part of Graceland is basically his room and my room, so...
Even presidents aren't allowed upstairs at Graceland. In fact, in all the decades since Elvis's death, only 2 people were an exception to the rule. Elvis's famous abode, Graceland, is a must-visit destination for any tourist passing through Memphis. As many as 500,000 people stop by Graceland each year, making it one of the most visited homes in the United States, second only to the White House. The site offers visitors a chance to join a group tour or take a tour on their own, guided by an iPad. Either way, visitors can take in the property, see the mansion itself, and even check out Presley's prized fleet of cars. Graceland is more than just where Presley lived, though. It's also where he's buried. After trouble with vandals and a number of attempts to steal the king of rock and roll's body, the singer's father, Vernon, decided to move both Elvis and his mother Gladys from their original burial place to Graceland. Elvis's father and his grandmother, Minnie Mae Presley, are now also buried at Graceland, and there's even a monument to Presley's twin brother Jesse, who was stillborn. Presley's daughter, Lisa Marie Presley, is buried at Graceland alongside her son, Benjamin Keogh, who died by suicide in 2020. Though Graceland is now synonymous with Presley, he wasn't the property's original owner, and he didn't come up with the name either. The 14-acre estate was once part of a larger, 500-acre property owned by the Essie Toth family. The mansion was built in 1939, and the property was named after a member of the founding family. The original owners of the house were Ruth Brown Moore and Dr. Thomas Moore. In their day, the Moore family was well known in Memphis, Tennessee, and while they're not Graceland's most famous residents, they were the first to make it a musician's home. Their daughter played harp in the Memphis Symphony Orchestra. Presley bought Graceland fairly early in his career, in 1957, for around $102,000, or just under $1 million today. Leading up to the purchase, Presley had enjoyed a successful year, making numerous television appearances and benefiting from strong record sales. He was also preparing for the leap to the big screen, and production on his second movie, Loving You, was well underway. During Presley's lifetime, he expanded the mansion from the original 10,000 square feet to around 17,000 square feet.
This is how to get in shape